But in her eyes flickered something else. Something like worry. She wasn't alone. Ridge, Brooke, Carter, and even Finn kept glancing at each other like they sensed something off. A strange smell drifting in the air earlier. Lights flickering in the tent. A technician complaining about overheated wiring. But the wedding planners insisted everything was safe. No one wanted to ruin Hope's big day. Not after everything she'd been through. Not after everything Liam had lost and rebuilt. And so, the ceremony would go on. Even if the signs were trying to say otherwise. Catch. As the sun dipped low, guests filled the enormous tent, crystal chandeliers hanging like stars, twinkling against the silk-draped ceiling. Hundreds of candles flickered along the aisles. Liam stood at the altar in a tailored cream tux, his nerves barely hidden beneath the practiced Spencer charm. Next to him, Bill Spencer straightened his tie, watching the room like a hawk. Security swept everything, Bill muttered. Still feels tense. It's just a wedding, Dad, Liam whispered. Bill grunted. Exactly. And nothing in this family stays peaceful for long. The music began. A collective hush fell. Hope entered. A vision of lace, light, and emotion so palpable Liam felt his chest tighten. She walked toward him, eyes shimmering, tears threatening. She was love incarnate. She was his future. Ridge squeezed Brooke's hand as they watched their daughter glow. She deserves this, Brooke whispered, tears pooling. She deserves happiness. Ridge nodded, though his eyes, like Steffi's earlier, still drifted toward the flickering chandeliers overhead. Hope reached the altar, placing her hands in Liam's. You came back to me, she whispered. I never left, he whispered back. The minister began. Promises were made. Tears flowed. The world softened. For a moment, everything was perfect. But then, a faint pop, a flicker, a crackle. Someone in the back row frowned, sniffing the air. Do you smell that? Whispered Paris. Zende glanced upward. One of the chandeliers flickered, again. And then, tiny, harmless looking, landing in a cluster of candles. No one noticed. Not yet. Because Hope was saying her vows, and the world was hanging on her every word. Bal. It happened slowly, silently. The spark lit the corner of a silk drape, just a touch. A whisper of smoke rose, climbed, snaked upward. At first, only one of the lighting technicians noticed. He frowned, reaching for his walkie-talkie. But before he could speak, the first burst of flame shot upward. Screams erupted. Guests stood. Chairs crashed backward. Ridge spun around. Fire. Hope's veil fluttered wildly as she turned, eyes widening in horror. Liam's instinct kicked in immediately. He grabbed her hand. Stay with me. The tent erupted into chaos, guests pushing, stumbling, screaming as flames climbed the drapery. The chandeliers began cracking, glass raining down like glittering shards of danger. Brooke shielded her face. Hope. Hope. Bill yelled at Justin, get people out. Security rushed in, directing panicked guests toward the side exits. But the fire spread faster than anyone expected. Silk drapes equals perfect fuel. Hundreds of candles equals perfect ignition. Electrical overload equals perfect disaster. Within seconds, the entire ceiling glowed orange. Liam pulled Hope behind a row of overturned chairs as a burning beam crashed down near the altar. We have to move, he shouted. Hope coughed violently, waving smoke from her face. I can't see. Stay low, Liam said, pulling her down. Follow my voice. I've got you. They crawled across the floor, flames roaring above them like a dragon breathing down their necks. But every route was blocked. A wall of fire at the east side. Falling beams at the west. Melting crystal dripping dangerously from overhead. Hope's dress snagged on a chair leg. She pulled, but it wouldn't budge. Panic hit her chest. Liam, I'm stuck. He spun around, eyes wide with terror. Hold still. He tugged. Nothing. The fire closed in, hotter, louder, hungry. Liam. Hope cried, tears mixing with smoke. Liam glanced at the burning ceiling threatening to collapse. Then he made a decision. A crazy one. He ripped the bottom half of Hope's gown, tearing the lace, shredding the layered tulle, freeing her. She gasped, but there was no time to grieve the ruined dress. Go, he yelled. They crawled again, hands burning on the heated floor. Ridge, Finn, and Carter were fighting flames at the entrance, shouting for help, trying to clear a path. Hope! Liam! Ridge screamed, but the roar of fire drowned everything. Visibility dropped to nothing. Smoke thickened. Heat seared their skin. Hope's head spun. She tried to inhale, then choked violently. Liam, I can't, she gasped. Her body sagged. Liam pulled her close. No. Stay awake. Hope, look at me. But her eyes fluttered. The flames inched closer. And the tent groaned, creaking, ready to collapse. By now, half the tent was ablaze. Firefighters arrived, fighting the inferno from outside, trying to cut open new exits. But the blaze was too big, too fast. Inside, Liam struggled to lift Hope. Her head rested against his shoulder, breath shallow. He coughed violently, vision blurring. Don't you leave me, he whispered, tears mixing with soot. Not today. Not like this. He spotted a small opening, a tear in the tent wall near the ground, flames licking above it but not yet blocking it. It was the only chance. He gripped Hope tightly and began dragging her toward it. Every muscle trembled. Every breath burned. A flaming beam crashed inches behind them, sparks erupting across the floor like fireworks. The heat was unbearable. Hope's body went limp. Hope! Liam screamed. No response. His lungs screamed for air. Black dots swarmed his vision. His legs quivered, ready to give out. But then, a voice. Liam. Over here. It was Finn, silhouetted in smoke, ripping a larger hole open with a metal rod. Hand her to me. Liam pushed forward with the last of his strength. Just as the ceiling above them finally gave way, a massive flaming structure collapsed toward them. Liam dove. Finn grabbed Hope's arm. And the three of them were yanked backward through the opening. Moments before the entire center of the tent caved in, engulfed in an explosive inferno. Outside, guests huddled together, crying, coughing, covered in soot. Brooke sobbed into Ridge's arms. Bill barked orders at medics. Fire engines roared. Sirens wailed. Steffi ran to the firefighters. My brother-in-law, my sister, my God, please tell me where they are. Then, they appeared. Finn stumbled from the smoke, carrying Hope unconscious across his arms, Liam dragging himself beside them. Brooke screamed Hope's name. Liam collapsed to his knees. Medics rushed in. Pulse is faint. She's breathing but barely. Get oxygen, now. A mask was placed on Hope's face. Her chest rose weakly. Liam tried to stand but stumbled. Finn caught him. You saved her, Finn said, voice shaking. Liam looked around wildly. Is she? She's alive, Finn said. Because of you. Hope coughed, once, twice, and her eyes cracked open. Liam, she whispered. He sobbed, forehead pressed to hers. I've got you. I've got you, sweetheart. Brooke collapsed in relief. Rich held her tight, eyes wet. Bill put a hand on Liam's shoulder. You did good, son. The fire raged behind them, firefighters battling the last of the flames. The wedding tent was gone. Everything inside, destroyed. But the bride and groom still lived. Barely. Hours later, at University Hospital, Hope rested in a recovery room, bandaged arms and oxygen at her side. Liam sat beside her, his own inhalation mask strapped on between labored breaths. Brooke stroked Hope's hair. My baby, you scared me so much. Hope whispered, I thought that was it. Steffi entered quietly. You two gave us one hell of a scare. Liam looked at her. Thank you. For everything. For being there. Steffi gave a small, sincere smile. I'm glad you're alive. Both of you. Finn joined her. The doctors say you two inhaled enough smoke to knock out an ox. You'll recover, but it'll be a process. Liam squeezed Hope's hand. Hope smiled faintly. Our wedding, the tent. All of it's gone, Ridge said. But that doesn't matter. It matters that you survived, Brooke added. Hope looked at Liam. We didn't say our vows. Liam kissed her hand gently. We don't need a ceremony. Not after today. Our vows are written in blood and smoke now. Hope blinked away tears. No, she whispered. We will say them. We'll find a new place. A new day. A new start. Because nothing, not fire, not chaos, not fate, is going to take you from me. Liam leaned in, foreheads touching. Around them, their families exhaled, finally allowing themselves to breathe again. But peace never lasted long in Los Angeles. That evening, as firefighters examined the charred remains of the tent, something emerged from the ashes. A blown fuse panel, melted. And wired wrong. Very wrong. Fire Chief Ramirez frowned deeply. This wasn't accidental. He lifted a nearly fused electrical cable, frayed, exposed, tampered with. This was sabotage. A firefighter swallowed. So the fire was intentional. Ramirez nodded grimly. Yes. Someone set that wedding on fire. Back at the hospital, Liam leaned over Hope as she slept. He brushed soot from her cheek, now clean but still stained with the trauma of the night. He whispered, "I won't let anything hurt you again." But as he stepped out into the hallway to catch his breath, Bill Spencer stood there, phone in hand, expression dark. "We've got a problem," Bill said quietly. "What now?" Bill showed him a photo sent by one of his security investigators. The photo was of the burnt fuse panel. Liam's stomach dropped. "This wasn't an accident," Bill said. "Someone tried to kill you." Liam froze. "And Hope," Bill added. Liam's blood ran cold. "Who would?" he began. But Bill's expression told him he already had suspects in mind. Powerful enemies. Obsession-fueled threats. People with motives. People who wanted Hope. People who wanted Liam gone. People who wanted the wedding stopped. Liam stiffened. His jaw tightened. "This ends now," he said. Bill nodded. "We'll find whoever did this." But Liam's expression turned steely. "No," Liam said. "I will." Back in Hope's room, she stirred awake. Liam returned to her side. "What's wrong?" she asked softly. Liam hesitated. He didn't want to worry her. But he also knew she deserved truth. "Hope, the fire, it wasn't an accident." Hope's breath caught. "What do you mean?" Liam took her hand. "Someone tried to destroy our wedding." Hope's heart hammered. "You mean, they tried to hurt us?" Liam nodded. Hope closed her eyes. Then opened them with a strength Liam hadn't seen in years. "Then we fight," she whispered. "Like we always do. Together." Liam smiled. She smiled. Two survivors. Two lovers. Two people who had stared death in the face and refused to break. They leaned into each other, foreheads touching once again. The world outside could burn again for all they cared. They were still here. And they weren't done fighting. Not yet. Not ever. 2 days later, media outlets exploded with headlines. But inside the Forrester mansion, a small private ceremony was about to begin. No chandeliers. No silk. No massive tent. Just family. Just love. Just resilience. Hope, in a simple white satin dress, stood before Liam beneath the oak tree on the Forrester lawn. Finally safe. Finally breathing. Finally alive. The minister spoke the same words he'd tried to say 2 days earlier. This time, nothing interrupted him. Liam slid the ring onto Hope's finger. "I choose you," he whispered. "Always." Hope placed the ring on his. "And I choose you," she whispered. "In fire, in chaos, and in every moment of the life we almost lost." Their kiss sealed the moment. Soft. Deep. Unbreakable. Behind them, the sun set, golden, warm, peaceful. A new beginning, written from the ashes of disaster. Because Hope and Liam weren't just survivors. They were fire-forged. And nothing, not even a blaze meant to destroy them, could extinguish their love.